I never really liked the IQ Tour Solid. I don't know what you're gonna say. It's one of the greatest balls of all time, and I agree. Just never really got matched up to it very well for me. But I really, really like the new IQ AI from Storm. So it's making me reconsider. Maybe I should give the IQ Tour Solid another try, another chance. So gonna try out an IQ AI, see it up against an IQ Tour Solid I had laying around, and we'll see if the IQ Tour needs to make a comeback into my arsenal. All right, first up I have the IQ AI, new AI enhanced IQ core, and I really like this one. This one's really, really good. And actually the first IQ ball I've actually liked, that's been good for me. So let's take a look. That looks really good. And the thing I like about this one is the core's weaker, so it's a little further down my arsenal scale, but it's still stronger than the other IQs I've tried throwing, which is a good thing for me, I feel. And it's quite angular, quite a quick cover, it feels like, but I can get it to be quick and then kind of go forward. So it's not just complete skid snap, it's still somewhat controllable in a different way than a lot of other shiny balls. Got a little bit around that one. You can definitely see it's quite strong for an IQ. Usually when I think of IQs, I think of like medium to weaker balls. This one, it's not a super strong ball. It's not an Iron Max, but it's definitely higher up in my scale than I thought it was going to be. I can use it earlier in a block and on more oil than I was expecting. All right, so let's bring out the OG. This one is, I drilled this 3 years ago on the PBA tour. Probably only thrown it like 30 or 40 shots. Has my old grip in it, so it's a little bit different, but let's see how this one compares. Obviously, solid cover stock, dollar cover stock. This one should be a little different. Oh yeah. Earlier, much smoother than the IQ AI. And the layouts on the two are fairly close together, nothing too major difference to where that will skew the results. And you could definitely feel like the original IQ here is actually weaker than the AI, a step down, despite being a solid cover stock and dollar. So all right, let's throw one more from the same spot as the IQ AI here. All right, that was a little slower, break point a little further left. Still see pretty smooth, gets down the lane pretty easily. Nothing near the violent motion, the strong motion out of the IQ AI. So two completely different balls. So let's try to get lined up with this IQ Tour. So I'll move try moving like 3 right. All right, that was better. So the thing with the IQ Tour, why I never really felt comfortable with it, it always felt like I liked the motion when I saw it on the lane, but it always felt like the core was a little too weak for me to move left with it. So I had to play a little bit further right. When I tried to play further right, I usually did it on fresher conditions, and the core was just a little too weak at that point, so it got down the lane a little too easy, was a little too angular, forced me left, core was too weak for me to move left. So it kind of fit in that spot where I had to play further right with it later in a block when there's more friction to get it to slow down the right spot and be smooth. And at that point, a lot of times I would be better off moving further left and hooking more. So it wasn't that I didn't like what I saw on lane, and when it looked good, it was really good. It just had a very limited space of use for me, so it never really made it into my arsenal. Probably never gave it too much of a chance to make it into my arsenal, and yeah. But with the IQ AI, I'm really reconsidering. Maybe I just need to give it another chance and see what I can make of it. So, same spot as I just left the 9-pin. A little bit more up the back of it. You can see it's really, really smooth. It's controllable. I'd say the IQ Tour Solid definitely gives me more hold, where the IQ AI gives me more hook right. So two different ways of using the ball, even though it's the same core. That looked pretty good. A little closer to the friction, it actually comes back when you open up your angles a little bit, which is nice to see, but still very smooth, very continuous. I can definitely see why this ball is so popular with so many people, especially on house shots where you have that friction. Smooth, controllable, it's not too strong so it doesn't burn up and doesn't force you to move far left. I can see why it's a winner. Oh, that was a left. But you can see there's no chance I'm keeping the AI on the same line as the IQ Tour. It's just too angular, which is what it's meant to be. It's meant to be this cleaner, stronger, quicker ball compared to the IQ Tour. So you are meant to play further left with it. You're meant to use it when you have to move further left, which is what it's so good at. And as I said, it's not just skid snap. I can actually get to stop a little bit so it still goes through the pins the right way, which was something I struggled with the original IQs. This is forward left of where I originally threw the IQ AI. All right, so that's, have to count now. That's 7 boards left of where we left the 9-pin with the IQ Tour Solid. Just a huge difference in motions, and that's what, honestly, because it can do that, that's why I like the IQ AI. It gives me an option to do that where I don't have to force it into it with my hand, where if I'm using something that's earlier and smoother, I kind of have to make it give me that back end with my hand, which leads to more bad shots. So that's the kind of limit and the possibility of each ball. This one, the IQ Tour Solid, is definitely better playing straight. You want to just use that control that it gives you, where the IQ AI allows you to really create some more angle, more continuation. I will say I am a little bit impressed with the IQ Tour, what I'm seeing from it. I really like the motion, so I do think I might need to consider adding one of these to my arsenal. I'm not sure I can use it on every pattern, but especially on some of the shorter patterns we ball on tour, like a 37-foot pattern, we ball on the players, where it gets really far left. You have to be really, really steep with your angles, but you can't really, you have to use balls that get through the lane. I think this one might allow me to control that a little bit better, control the wet dry a little bit better, just because of it is a little weaker, so it gets down there easier, but it's also smoother compared to, let's say, a Road Warrior or a Sen 25. That should be closer, and that looks really, really good. I think the AI kind of opened up my eyes to that I do have some use for those lower diff cores because they're different than the other balls in my arsenal, and sometimes you need something that's a little different. Where I normally get control is I would either throw like a super strong ball, like an Iron Max, for instance, where the ball is so strong and smooth that it burns up and kind of gets smoother that way. It gives me control that way. Or urethane. But this one gives me an option of going to a little bit weaker ball when there's a lot of friction that's still smooth. A lot of times when I go to weaker balls, they're also quicker. And I think it might need to go in the bag and go from well, I guess 2 IQs to 3 IQs in my arsenal. Well, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. What do you think about the original IQ Tour? Were you a fan? Didn't you, or did it not quite match up for you? And what do you think about the new IQ AI? Have you tried it? Are you gonna try it? I highly recommend it. Very different from the IQ Tour Solid if you like that one, but super strong, a lot of back end, really good middle of the back piece for when you need to create a little bit more angle and the lanes are starting to burn up a little bit. So thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.